Thanks for tuning into the BoshNRoll channel. Liking the video and subscribing to the channel are free and easy for you, and they help me out a lot. If you want to go further with your support, Patreon and YouTube membership offer access to the BoshNRoll Discord community, early access to lists, written content, things like that. You can have me play your deck on the channel, and the highest tiers come with individual coaching sessions. If you use YouTube membership, you also get sweet badges and emotes integrated here into YouTube. You can support the channel while you shop at tcgplayer.com by using my affiliate link in the video description, and you can play any deck anytime by using a cardhoarder.com loan account on Magic Online. If you want to wear your support, check out the merch store. And of course, thanks for being here. Now let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, at the request of Patreon subscriber Hunter, I am playing LITE Bug. What is LITE Bug, you may ask? Well, it's a twist on Dark Bant. Hunter has been with my Patreon for basically as long as I've had a Patreon, firing in bug decks every month. You could set your watch to the bug deck Hunter sends in. But even a diehard like Hunter has given in to the fact that 4-color control soup is kind of the way to build the deck right now. This is all the colors except for red, which is the same as Dark Bant. This has many of the same spells as Dark Bant. Where is the line between Dark Bant and LITE Bug? It's unclear. It's a blurry line at best. I think someone actually counted the pips in one of my recent Dark Bant videos and declared that it is actually a LITE Bug deck because there are more black pips than white ones, or maybe it was more unique black cards than unique white cards. I don't know, but for Hunter's sake, we're calling this one LITE Bug, and there are some significant structural differences. The largest of which, of course, being Liliana of the Veil. This is not a card that Dark Bant plays. I don't think it's a card that Dark Bant would play. Liliana plays to a board state where both players are hellbent, and Dark Bant desperately wants to have a hand of 7 cards, like at all times. That deck is just built to draw cards, and Liliana is built to remove cards from the mutual card economy. The built-in way to break parity with Liliana is Life from the Loam. Just pick up lands and discard those lands over and over again. Hunter has gone even deeper, though, with Master of Death. This is a 3-mana zombie wizard. When Master of Death enters the battlefield, surveil 2. At the beginning of your upkeep, if Master of Death is in your graveyard, you may pay 1 life. If you do, return it to your hand. This is a card you can pay 1 life to put back in your hand, which means you can discard it every turn to Liliana, which breaks the parity. You can mill this card with Life from the Loam or Witherbloom Command, then put it in your hand to end up with a creature off of effects that normally only generate land value. This is also a blue card for Force of Will. It's got that going for it as well. Pretty cool piece of tech. I imagine there are even board states against certain decks where, like, I'm picturing like Delver. If they surgical extract your Uros, and your deck's full of removal, you keep their threats off the board. How many times can you lightning bolt this thing before it eventually wins, just in 3-1 attacker mode? I don't know how often that's going to happen, but I'm excited to try it. There's a Snapcaster Mage in this deck, which, between you and me, I think is kind of a greedy choice. Graveyards are hot targets right now. Hidetsugu's Consumes All is in the format. Graveyards are unsafe. Endurance is in the decks that aren't playing Consume. The Consume decks and the Jeskai decks both have Red Blast. And the spells in this deck are basically just removal spells and cantrips. There's not like a Flusterstorm or Spell Pierce that we can convert a Snapcaster Mage into. I kind of wish this was another land. 21 feels like a low number. The pure Dark Bant, like a la Pokemoki, is a 23 land deck a lot of the time. Snapcaster could be the 4th Baleful Strix. It could be the 1st Narset. There's a lot of things that Snapcaster Mage could be that it is Snapcaster Mage instead. So I got my eye on that one. I'm going to trust Hunter's build, and I'm going to play it as is. I'm not going to change a single card from the one that Hunter sent me the other day. I'm going to leave the Snapcaster in, but it's on watch. Out of the sideboard, we see a lot of really normal Dark Bant stuff: Pernicious Deed, Seeds of Innocence, an extra Endurance, Surgical Extraction, Plague Engineer, Flusterstorm. But on the top of the pile, there's 2 Monastery Mentors. This is a gas pedal that Dark Bant has not experimented with. Dark Bant has historically had a slot in the sideboard that is some sort of recurring creature threat, whether it's something like Paradox Zone, or I know Pokemoki's been trying Nissa Who Shakes the World. The Wandering Emperor is getting popular as a threat planeswalker in white control decks. There's something, at least one sideboard slot should be something like that, and it should not be blue. It should be a non-blue thing that creates multiple creatures. And Monastery Mentor, I'm a little worried that the spell velocity in this deck isn't quite right for Mentor. Like, there's no accumulated knowledge or predict or like engine that you're just going to fire off multiple spells from. You really only have your cantrips, which you do want to be used judiciously, and removal, which requires a target. So I'll be curious how the Mentor lines up, but I am excited to play with it. You all know I love this card. We got some Lilianas in this pile over in our sets. Let's see how that goes. This is LITE Bug from Hunter. Let's get in. I'm on the play in round 1 against a Yorion deck. This hand is almost good against Yorion. There's no green, but I am still going to keep it. Having 2 black sources means I get to play around Wasteland and still have Witherbloom Command online as soon as I find green. Like, this is just literally the spells I would want against Death and Taxes. I just need to find the colors to use them. Okay, now we're cooking. I'm going to play Underground Sea because when I cantrip into Tropical Island here, or not, okay, this is fine. I'm going to keep the Brainstorm into Baleful Strix. I can cast Baleful Strix. Uh-oh. It's fine. I got lands. This is where having 23 lands really pays off. Okay, they are a blue Yorion deck. These mostly fell out of favor because people realized they're not actually good. This Brainstorm is seeing fresh ones, so I'm going to fire it off. There's that fetch land I was looking for. Swords of Plowshares, still defensible. Liliana of the Veil is not a card I want right now. And always want Uro. I should look at what the lands in this deck actually are. Only Bayou is left in the deck as a black source. And okay, so I'm not going to be able to Witherbloom Command for a very long time. It's an important spell to have when I'm ready for it, but I can't do it for a while. Yikes. Okay. I guess I will put back the Witherbloom Command and play the fetch land. Because to play Witherbloom Command, I would need to fetch my Bayou and then also find one of my green sources. Oh, there's a Zagoth Triumph. Okay. That I can sneak into play now. Oh, some sort of Esper, Yorion, possibly Aether Vial situation. I could play Mystrix, or I could play Teferi and just see what they're made of. Could also play Uro, try to pull ahead, but if I miss, that sucks. Teferi actually sucks a lot here. Yeah, bouncing Baleful Strix is not where I'm trying to go with my Teferi. Let's be serious. Gotta be careful with the clock here. I'm already down to a minute and a half just from talking a lot, and that's going to matter in this matchup. This is going to be a grind fest. Another Strix. Okay, I don't really want to Swords to Plowshares Baleful Strix, so I won't. That land was a great draw. You know what? I'm going to cast Jace. I guess I could cast Teferi and see how that goes. That's like a check for Jace. Yeah, I am actually going to lead on Teferi. Alright, bouncing Baleful Strix. Not where I wanted to be, but I'm still going to take it. This Teferi was basically just defense grid for Jace. Battling Mage, okay. Yeah, this is definitely some sort of Esper Vial deck. Right, they named Swords to Plowshares, that's fair. Good call. Strix is back. Do I want to Brainstorm now? I would like to find my land. I'm going to hold off. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, black, green. I'm going to kill Baleful Strix and recoup one of my lands. I think I want the Underground Sea back. Or I could Uro immediately. But that doesn't do what I want it to. I think I'm just going to pick this up and Brainstorm. Get the fetch land on board here. Prismatic Ending kills Meddling Mage. Dress Down's probably good against this deck. Okay. Getting tricky. I'm gonna put back Dress Down and... Oof. Might be Uro somehow. Feels weird, but there it is. And either of these can fetch Bayou. Only one of them fetches Savannah, so I'm gonna play the one that fetches Bayou, because that's probably where I'm going here. Just Swords to Prismatic Ending here. Get that out of here. Thanks to Fairy. Fibblethip, fuck yes. This is where we're going with this game. It's a Fibblethip matchup. Soul Herder. Okay. Fibblethip becomes the target of a spell, shuffle it away. Enters the battlefield if entered from your library or was cast from your library. Okay, that doesn't matter. Soul Herder. Do I want to let them have an extra card? Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, draw a card. I'm going to Swords to Plowshares the Soul Herder anyway. And, like, they either get an extra card by drawing a card, or they get an extra card by me losing a card to Force of Will. Oh, Master of Death. I didn't even notice I milled that. Yes, I would like to put it in my hand. Thank you very much, deck. Hell yeah. That was sick. Okay, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Fibblethip's a legend. Blue. I guess I can play this land, fetch, and then do Jace things, and then Fibblethip, I can bounce. And giving them all these cards, not exciting, but I think Jace will overwhelm sooner than later. Jace. Brainstorm with Jace. Witherbloom Command's cool. Ponder's cool. There's Uro, which I do actually want. And if I stack Uro and Witherbloom Command in that order, then I can mill over Uro next turn and immediately escape it without having to go through the battlefield. Master of Death, that felt good. That upkeep trigger, that was a pleasant surprise. Everyone's coming at Teferi. I'm going to plow the Soul Herder. That's funny. It triggers off its own exile. And Fibblethip can GTFO. They already have 8 cards in their hand. Like, at some point, cards are not free anymore. Recruiter of the Guard. Okay. What's this doing? Skyclave Apparition, that makes sense. I was prepared for that with this Force of Will. I'm going to pitch back up to Fairy. And then... Oh, I guess there's probably not enough sources of green and black. If I go black, green, then green, blue, and I get to pick up a blue in. No, I'm good. Okay. Target player mills 3 cards. Kill the Recruiter. Black, green. And I'm going to pick up Underground Sea, green. Yeah. I don't need a shuffle here. Oh, I needed that Wasteland, though. They do have Caracas over there. Plus Teferi. Brainstorm with Jace. Put back Plow and Flooded Strand. And then I'm still going to Uro. I gotta consider Loam and Snapcaster Mage with what I exile with Uro. And I have to consider Endurance looping back through my deck. All of these are things that need to be thought about. A lot of moving pieces here. Yeah, I should have picked up Wasteland and just waited a turn. Probably getting another Skyclave Apparition here. I am playing the classic game of chicken of do you counter the tutor or counter the thing they get with the tutor? And Teferi gives you a lot of agency in that chicken game. Makes you a lot less of a chicken. Having 2 Endurances in my deck makes it unlikely I'm going to deck, so I can be pretty aggressive with my graveyard. Or with my library and drawing cards. Oh, glad I have the Force for this one. Holy shit, Palace Jailer. They have to tap their Caracas. Oh, okay. Nope, they tricked me. Can I remove a Teferi? No. Well, hard mode activated. I'm gonna pitch the Master of Death. He had his chance. I mean, it was a free card to pitch to Force. And now that I know these, this Palace Jailer is incoming, I can prioritize appropriately. My top card is Swords to Plowshares. Is that good? I don't think so. Not many lands left in my deck here. There's another Wasteland in the deck. Dress Down, that's really good. Okay. No Go into combat. Get this Caracas activation out of the way. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna ponder first. There's the Wasteland and Loam. Okay, that's interesting. Do not shuffle the library. Light from the Loam, target Wasteland, Underground Sea, Misty Rainforest, and then green, colorless, Wasteland, take out the Caracas, and I can still Jace, I can still Teferi, I can bounce Recruiter or the Guard. Always feels medium to do that. I'm gonna Brainstorm with Jace. Not Dredging Loam. These lands on top of the deck are all cool with me. I get to Uro. Uro gets to put in. I actually am going to Dredge Loam here. I don't want those lands on top of the deck anymore. It's in another Wasteland. Waste them off. Double black. And Teferi, bounce Recruiter. I'm giving them a lot of cards. I hope this pays off. It's taking me a lot of time as well. I'm just going to dress down this Palace Jailer. Okay, there's that. And Aether Vial. Better late than never. Okay, draw for turn. Gonna Light from the Loam back the Wastelands and the Underground Sea. And then escape Uro. There's Uro. I'm not gonna Dredge Loam. Put in Wasteland. Play Wasteland. Waste the lands. Plus Teferi. Brainstorm with Jace. Didn't find another Force of Will. That's disappointing. And I can shuffle with Ponder. And I'm going to have to discard some cards here. Could be okay. Discard Uro and also Uro. Yeah, the clock is just a huge problem. Just navigating this at all has been a complete nightmare. I can finally kill Teferi here. There's just so many clicks involved in this deck compared to what they're doing. And in Paper Magic, I would feel very confident about this game and this match, but right now I don't think we're going to be able to win it. Just already in that space. Bruder's back. Spencer, okay. I am going to Dredge Loam here. And then play Uro. Or I should Brainstorm first. No, I should Loam first. That gives me 3 things to do with the Brainstorm. The deck is asking a lot of my green mana right now. Brainstorm. Put back the Wastelands. I think I have a fetchable left. Honestly, lost track. I think there's one left, right? Don't fuck me up now, deck. Okay. Oh, there's 2. Right, I shuffled an Underground Sea back in. Jeez. Was never worried. Okay, green, green, blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prismatic Ending. I think Plow's better than Ending in general. I can still Endurance this turn. Both of my Endurances are in my hand. So I'm ready to endure significant losses here. 8 cards in my hand. I guess I could just Heads Up an Endurance. Is that good? The Ambush. I could also Liliana. No, I fetched wrong for that. Okay, I'm just going to go to my cleanup step and discard the Wasteland. Oh, I have to discard 2 cards. Life is hard. Math is hard. Oh, I have 10 cards in my hand. I was looking at my library. Holy shit. I have so many cards in my hand. I thought that was my library. Okay, Ponder. Get out of here, I guess. Jeez, I feel like I'm not playing that slow or thinking that hard. It's just like the physical actions to play this deck, like escaping Uro, clicking 5 cards, declining Loam every time. Like all this shit is just like eating the clock so hard. Okay, Endurance. Filing in something. I'll fetch in response, I guess. Okay. Double Thip, drawing a card. Okay. Force pitching Venser. Okay. Force pitching Baleful Strix. Endurance resolves, target me. Graveyard's gone. Block the Palace Jailer. Baron, that's cool. Bouncing Recruiter, also cool. Baron triggers to draw a card. Rest down, that's a sweet one. Jace, let's B-Storm. Put back Misty and Endurance. No, Endurance is good in battle. Misty and I might not need the Brainstorm, or I might need that for Force. All right, I'll put the Plow on top. Gonna Prismatic Ending the Vial. Liliana, and bounce one of these creatures. I don't really want to bounce either of these creatures, but I'll send Fibblethip back, and then Liliana to eat Baron. I have come to terms with the fact that I can't win this match in the time period, but I'm going to do my best to play this game correctly and win it. I can stress out about time and maybe end up fucking up game one, or I can just win game one and acknowledge that the match is lost. Passing the turn. I'm not going to flash out this Endurance. Solitude. I'm going to Force of Will that. Basically tapping lands at random due to time. Brainstorm with Jace. Put back. Land. Prismatic Ending. Plus Liliana, discard the land. I think I'm out of fetchables. Let's get their hand empty now. They discarded a Meddling Mage. I know Fibblethip is in their hand. Maybe I shouldn't be tapping out of Caracas so aggressively. I don't know. Fibble's back. Rooter. Okay. I'll dress down what they get. Still playing the go after the payoff, not the tutor plan. Solitude, okay. Brainstorm with Jace. Put back Brainstorm and Wasteland. Plus Liliana. Discard my Misty Rainforest. Then I can Ponder. Snapcaster Mage, look who's here. Just in time. I can snap Force of Will. Actually is a real play that exists. We can also just block with Endurance. Probably going to attack Jace with both creatures. Oh, they're after Liliana. Interesting. Green, blue, green. Endurance for blocking. I'm going to target nobody this time. I just want this creature in play. I do want my graveyard because of Snapcaster. If they just move on the Solitude now, then I can bounce Fibblethip, dress down the Solitude, block, and then Fibblethip doesn't cantrip when it comes back into play. Your own Swords of Plowshares. That's pretty good. Okay. I accept. Swords to Plowshares, your Recruiter. Bounce your Fibblethip. Just protecting my Planeswalkers. Their life total is dwindling. Yorion just entered the hand. Brainstorm with Jace. Keep it going. Okay, put back Brainstorm and Brainstorm. Plus Liliana, relentlessly just discarding these lands. Loam's in my deck somewhere. Fetched in response. Storming. Could just drop Prismatic Ending and then waste them, but I don't think that's actually good. That doesn't make sense. I'm discarding the Wasteland. And I am going to Ponder also. Ponder finds Brainstorm, Ponder, Ponder. Just shuffle that up. I'm looking for some action. That's action. And I'm going to pass. I'm just going to hold up Snap, Force, and Dress Down. Oh, they have a second Caracas in the deck. I guess it's a Yorion deck. That makes sense. I'm not going to dress down a Fibblethip when I know their hand contains Solitude and Yorion. Enjoy the cards. When their life total is this low, I'm not fighting over cards. I'm going to go for Solitude, probably. I'm going to Brainstorm first. There's Loam. Okay. Put back Brainstorm and Misty. I'm going to attack. Do I want to dress this down or Snap Force? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I Snap Force, I can win. So, blue, colorless. Force of Will. 1, 3, 4, 5. Force of Will that. Put you to 1. Then Dome you. Okay. We won game 1 pretty cleanly. They have 15 minutes on the clock to my 5.5, so we're not winning this match at all. But I will continue to try. Plague Engineer, Plague Engineer. Oh, Monastery Mentor. Okay. There is a gas pedal in this version of the deck that doesn't exist in normal Dark Bant. Also, if this were Paper Magic, we would be up a game with, like 15, 20 minutes left on the clock. It would be very easy to You would only have to stay alive in Paper Magic. You don't actually have to win. But that's a different thing. Pernicious Deed looks good. Mentor, Mentor. The rest of these cards look pretty bad. Oh, Endurance can attack. I'll bring in things that can attack. I'm going to have to cheese if I win the match. I don't think Uro is going to help me cheese, though. Okay, I can't cut Uro. Jace, some number of Force of Will. Loam was pretty clutch. Master of Death is too cute. Gas Pedal, folks. Or I could just become Protect the King on Monastery Mentor, leave all my forces in. The Fairy's medium. Liliana's also medium. Do I want to get these forces back in? Is that the game plan I have to adopt? I don't think I can win a game where Life from the Loam is important, just in the time frame. If I cut Loam, get force back. What else do I do? I get the other force back. Then I need command. I need dress down. Snapcaster is an attacking creature. Maybe I just don't get the extra endurance. There it is. Let's go. Keep. F6. I'm going to be aggressively F6ing this game. I'm going to be very honest about what my hand can do. Pretty worried about Wasteland just for wasting time land. Okay. I like the additional lands. I like the Uro. Let's go. It's crossed into the 5-minute mark. End step Brainstorm. All right. They have a busted 2-drop and they're looking for the land to cast it. They have a handful of lands and they're trying to curve out on me. What's going on here? Baleful Strix, you got it. Here's Uro. There's a Swords to Plowshares under it. Pass the turn. Attack for 1. This is where they have Surprise Yuriko. Okay. Wasteland. Casting Narset. All right. Swords to Plowshares just got a lot worse. I still think the shuffle's more important. Okay. Put back land, plow. And okay. Got your Narset. Just gonna plow the Strix on the way through here. I don't want to name Bird with Plague Engineer. This also sets up Snapcaster Mage, but not in the face of that Teferi. Bummer. Alright, yeah, there's the Force of Will, right on time, to fight this Narset. It's actually not bad, because I can force the Teferi, if they can even cast it. Narset activation. Force of Will, disappointing. White mana, additionally disappointing. Well, here's this. And I can't even brainstorm to get a card off the Snapcaster because of the Narset. Everything is pain. There's the Force, Bitching Soul Herder. I have to snap here. They're gonna bounce it, but gotta be done. Need Prismatic Ending pretty desperately here. I'm gonna fetch Triome. It's gonna get wastelanded, but that's okay. I don't want to draw it later when I have less control over the situation. Witherbloom command. I'm going to target myself with the mill, destroy Aether Vial, black, green, pick up Caracas, I guess. You have some legends in their deck. Snapcaster, target, Brainstorm, and then pass the turn. Plus Teferi, Recruiter. If this gets some human, they might just get Solitude to make sure they can protect their... Okay. Flickering Recruiter is pretty fucked up. All before I can do anything about it. Plague Engineer otherwise would have been pretty solid on this board. That was a good choice. Let's get your card advantage immediately. Palace Jailer, powerful card. Oh. Plague Engineer. Game Human. Land. Swords to Plowshares. Is killing Narset or Teferi more important right now? I think it's Teferi. Ugh. That hurts. Yeah, like now I have to deal damage to them to take the Monarch and Narset to actually draw cards with the Monarch. But at the same time, oh wow, they evoked a Grief. Pitching Baleful Strix. They must have Ephemerate, right? Or no. Oh, they were just making super sure Palace Jailer happens. Yeah, that's fair. I might regret not fighting over Teferi, but the Endurance half of the deck is still live. Okay, they're the Monarch now. Removal spell? Alright, there's the Endurance. We played to it. Going to attack my opponent's life points directly. because if they lose the monarchy, I get Plague Engineer back. Okay. And pass the turn. Letting them untap into Force of Will, I don't love, but playing into Sorcery Speed removal or Baron or similar things, I like even less. Recruiter probably gets Solitude just to make sure they never lose the Monarch. A Recruiter for Recruiter. We're at that stage of the game. All right. Need to draw my other Plague Engineer immediately. Or I can Endurance myself, shuffle, and get Plague Engineer. No, Plague Engineer is in exile. Never mind. That's not how that works. Magic's hard. End step. I'm going to Endurance before they get to draw the card. Target myself. Okay. Fetch a black source. Just planning to draw the Plague Engineer. Get ready. Here it is. Yikes. I'm going to attack them. They have to block, but one recruiter is as good as two, and they have another one. But I can dress down that one, which does draw a card because it's their turn. Okay. I will dress down in response, just because this is not getting better. On the land. Not interested, but okay. Yeah, their deck is just really good at wasting time, and my deck is very bad at attacking. Okay, they bounce their own recruiter, which is a bold strategy under dress down. They must have a removal spell in their hand. If they just Swords to Plowshares here, I'm ready to concede. Oh, they could Venser. That's pretty good. Oh, Venser doesn't work. Dress down. They could wait till the end step when dress down dies, then Venser, or just do it in combat. They got a lot of options here. They're driving. 2 of the 5 cards in their hand are Recruiter or the Guard, though. Prismatic Ending. Yep, that checks the box. Okay. I am dead. I guess I'll hit submit in the hopes that my opening hand has Mentor and 2 forces. I'm going to keep play my land, ship it, fetch Triome, let's get my mana right. Dig in for Mentor. Let's go Mentor. This Endurance in my hand also just is a magic card that matters. And ship it. I'm just in full F6 mode. No bluffing, no problems. Go ahead, take your game actions. I guess I probably could have F6 my way through that last game a lot and recouped a lot of clock. Maybe I blew it. Witherbloom. Okay, mill myself, kill Baleful Strix. Black, green. Pick up Tropical Island. And attack. Now I can't F6 anymore, because if they cast Narset, I need to Brainstorm in response. Disappointing. They have a Marsh Flats. This is not Narset mana. This is Teferi mana. I'll get my Brainstorm in where I can. Got some lands here. F6. A plus Teferi. Okay. It gives me a world of options. Black, white, green. Style Teferi. Force of Negation. Okay. Just attacking Teferi like this game is gonna be winnable in that world. Still plussing Teferi. Dorian in hand. I'm gonna fetch in my upkeep. I know I don't want my top card. Burrow's a pretty good one. Wasteland, your land. Gonna push through the Swords to Plowshares mana they left floating. Back to Fairy again. Burrow. Gonna cast this Baleful Strix. And pass the turn. 30 seconds on my clock. I feel like I'm 1,000 miles ahead in this game. And this is not me complaining, like the Moto clock is part of the game when you play on Magic Online. I'm just, as far as like if we're imagining this game playing out to its natural conclusion, I feel like I'm in good shape. They plus Teferi again. I also have a Teferi now. How's this gonna look? Okay, force pitching Yorion. Back Teferi. Now I'm actually netting damage on their Teferi. That's a big change. Liliana's cool. Put back Force and Dress Down. Neither of those are castable cards. Tapped out a white. I'm very smart. There's the Strix. I have 1 second on my clock. As soon as I get priority, I lose. How does this game map out from here, though? I plow the Strix, apply pressure to the Teferi. Teferi is too small to bounce Uro, but now they have Caracas. Maybe I pivot onto Liliana. Like, I attack with my Strixes, they trade with 1. Liliana minuses, and then starts plussing their tiny hand. I don't know. There was a lot of game left to play there. Maybe I should have made through them, click through their actual win in game 2, and could have eaten some clock. That's how it is sometimes. I'm on the play in round 2. This hand does not cast Witherbloom Command, but it does have Brainstorm. Let's do it. My opponent has an Eilish Norn avatar. I wonder if that tells me anything. It's getting Reanimator vibes. They also mulled to 6. Not Reanimator. That's not a Ragavan. You can't play that card anymore. What a relief. Black Source? Alright. Well, we take those two. I'm going to end this thing. Thank you for putting me on the play, Magic Gods. Running out of lands here. A little worried about that. Ponder. And Wasteland, naturally. Why would they not have Wasteland? I'm going to fetch my Triome. Let's just get that into play. That would suck if that was the second land I drew. Or the third land. Whatever number of lands I'm looking for right now. I Brainstorm. I'm counting on you here. Opponent, don't daze me. Oh no! 21 land deck. And we're like just dead. Alright, I'll put back these Witherbloom commands, I guess. Then pass the turn with force blue card, and hope that someday we get to do anything. Also, I'd like to point out, other than the Swords to Plowshares in my hand, their Wasteland barely even like affected this. I guess the dress down could cycle, but this hand is just bad at not casting any spells, even with the Caracas. Playing around Days also not irrelevant. And they're just going to sculpt forever. I mean, I'm glad they're sculpting and not playing creatures. Do I just spew off Force of Will? I don't think so. I'm drawing the other Witherbloom command right now. I'm going to go to discard, drop the Uro, and hope that I draw a relevant mana source, and they don't have Wasteland. Merc Daddy. I'm going to Force of Will that. That's for sure. Pitch the dress down. Days. Okay. Must have double Days, or they're just trying to reload their graveyard. Right, I'll pay for this Days. I will not pay for this Days. Force pitching Strix. Around we go again. They're brainstorming. Any Days or Force wins this. They have a lot of hits here. Even if I do survive this counter war, like I need to draw land immediately. You have a Force of Will. Okay, you get your Murktide Regent. If I draw a white sword, oh god, and they immediately have Delirium as well. So Witherbloom Command doesn't even kill Dragon's Rage Channeler anymore. So I gotta draw white source, clear the Murktide, and then work my way through this Delirious DRC also. White source? Okay. I guess I have to get Savannah in order to cast the Witherbloom Command next turn. I'm gonna do it on their upkeep, because untapping here doesn't change hardcast anything. They don't have three mana to hardcast Force of Negation, but I could at least play around the pitch cast of it. That's something that dies to Witherbloom Command. Thank you. This is what we needed. All right, no Days in hand, please. Okay, mill myself, kill Delver, black, green, please resolve. Oh, it resolved. All right. The game continues. Grind, 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 grind. I can snap plow this DRC next turn. I'll be at 6 life at the end of that. Imagine the same game plan if it happened without me taking 2 turns off. Like, this game is still close, and that's after they time walked twice. Nope, that's bad. Wasteland, that lets me play around Days at least. I can Snapcaster. I love how I've suddenly decided that I'm not playing around Force of Negation anymore after doing it last game, or last turn. They're only more likely to have it now. Well played, Brian. That's how you win matches of Magic. Please just Force of Negation me so I can concede this. Days. I think I want Tundra. Green, blue, yeah. Alright. I'll make sure I have white available. That's my removal color. It turns out that Wasteland was a really good draw. Okay, Dead to Lightning Bolt, go. They've only seen half their deck. What are the chances they have a Lightning Bolt? Yep. Yeah, narrow victory after I time walk myself twice. So this is why I like erring on the side of heavy land counts. Like, I kept a 2-lander with Brainstorm, other cantrips. Like, I let the deck draw as many cards as it could. I didn't spew off the Brainstorm early. Just Fucking missed. Plague Engineer's a maybe. I like Deed. I like Endurance. I like Veil. I guess Deed's also a maybe. Endurance and Veils are yeses. Flusterstorm is a yes. Force of Will is not good. Rest Down is not good. Plow is required. Master of Death. I did mention specifically Delver as a matchup where Master of Death might win a game. Do I think that's a real thing? I have all these endurances. No, I don't think that's a real thing. Deed, Engineer, Jace, I don't love. Get Engineer in there. Mentor is powerful, but it's also really clunky. Snapcaster Mage is also clunky. And Snap Plow is a lot more a higher impact play than Mentor Go. Yeah, I'm not trying to cheese with a Mentor. They're a Lightning Bolt deck. Let's just do this. Okay. I've kept another 2-lander. This one has Ponder. I'm just going to start fetching immediately, looking for more lands to play. Nope. Even though those are 3 of the best cards, that is not what I was looking for. Gotta send it. There's the Wasteland. Here we go. Oh, sweet relief. Okay, go. Channeler. I get Triome. And I'm going to get Tundra and cast Baleful Strix here. This has all my colors involved. Strix is the challenging permanent for their deck. I have another land drop I can make. It doesn't cast the spells in my hand, though. That's not a Wasteland. Everyone breathe a sigh of relief. Lightning Bolt, my Strix, milling 2. This is at least 2 card types. Still 2 card types. They sent 2 Force of Wills into the graveyard when they have this, like, aggro creature strat going here. That must mean they have Murktide they're trying to fuel, or they already have a free counterspell. And I drew the best card in my deck, so do I want to test them with a Teferi? Do I want to just churn with Uro? God, this is so tempting. They just milled 2 forces. They either have Murktide Regen or they have free counter magic. And there's nothing else that they could reasonably have here. I'm gonna take it easy with the Baleful Strix. See if I can find a land, at least play around Days. Okay, that could help. If I draw a land. Still, land is required. Land's always required. And I do have Endurance that can maybe clear these things out if they get too big. They do have to either manage their Delirious state or kill Baleful Strix before combat, because if these have to attack, I get to just chew one up. They did not shuffle. Delver, oh my god, deck, please give me the land. Please give me the land. Okay, they're firing in. They're going to use the dead DRC to get Delirium on the other. Okay, that's a play. If I had the land, I would have taken 2 and just committed. But glad that wasn't the case. I'm going to brainstorm. Gotta hit lands. Alright, Loam is the ultimate hitting lands. Okay, I'm going to put back... Alright, I think Plague Engineer missed its window to be good here. And I just want like every other card in this hand. Like Teferi is an answer to Murktide. They're on 4 cards in their hand. I guess I'm not really Flusterstorming this turn anyway. Fluster can protect Teferi or Endurance on future turns. Maybe it's Brainstorm. Yeah, just every card in my hand is already good, so that makes Brainstorm the leftover. I'm gonna Plow Dragon's Rage Channeler. I'm gonna do this with Flusterstorm protection and extra mana, and then if they want to daze my Loam, we can play that game. This is kind of an interesting situation, because it's like, okay, they just let me have it. Like, it's daze that or never daze anything again, but that's a pretty... It doesn't affect the board, so yeah, I guess it depends on what you're spending your mana on and what's in your hand. Yeah, I could see worlds where the Delver player would slam daze on that, and others where they would ignore it. Nemesis. Yikes. Plague Engineers are in my deck. I'm not dredging Loam. I am playing Uro. Uro embarrasses True Name Nemesis. I have Endurance. I can Fluster a Surgical Extraction. Don't really want to do that, but it's available. Okay, they revealed Scalding Tarn with Delver. Just let me know that they drew it this turn, I guess. Thanks. Their threats are pretty diverse right now. Like if they Murktide, I have to spend Teferi on that. Still not Dredging Loam. Okay, I like Prismatic Ending. And play Savannah, fetch Bayou, and then green, green, blue. Blue leaves the most colors up. I can exile the lands from my graveyard, even with Loam. I have enough lands in my hand. Like, I have another fetch land. I can keep this engine rolling. Yep. That is how that works. Magic and the Delver, at least. Yeah, if I had endinged first, I could have flustered the Pyroblast. Still not, like, worried. But we are getting to the dangerous point. Okay, the Mystic Sanctuary picked up Red Elemental Blast. Alright, now I know I should play around that, at least. Do I want to Dredge Loam? Still no. Alright, cool. Brainstorm builds Storm, which is what I need to do to use this Flusterstorm. Don't Dredge Loam on any of these. Put back these 2 lands. Fetch. And Storm is 1. I can Endurance. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not enough. Guess I'm brainstorming again. Looking for Plague Engineer. Or Liliana. Okay. That works. Hey, girl. Boom. Haven't seen this one in a while, have you, opponent? Force. Pitching Delver. So their last card in hand is Red Blast, which does not stop this Flusterstorm. And now I'm completely stable at 7 life. That's pretty good. Yeah, I forgot about Liliana. I was trying to brainstorm into a Plague Engineer, but this'll do. And my read from earlier was right that they had free counter magic. I mean, it's been a long game. They might have found it since then, but look for those little hints. See you later, True Name Nemesis. And then Red Blast is in their hand. I can Dredge Loam, cast Loam, plus Liliana. I'm in Dredge mode now. Wasteland, Misty, Polluted Delta. I put 2 of those on top of my deck this turn, or last turn, with the Brainstorm, so I knew this Dredge was going to be hot. Plus Liliana, discard 1 of the lands. Yeah, they see where this is going. Straight to the sideboard. Fuck yeah, Liliana. They thought they were clever with that True Name Nemesis. Not in my house. Don't think the sideboard plan changes. Between the Liliana's, Plague Engineers, and even Pernicious Deed, and Uro, like, I'm not even that worried about a True Name Nemesis resolving. Let's do it. Uh-oh. A 1-lander with Loam. I'm gonna keep. It's a 1-lander with 2 Brainstorms and Loam. I can be careful to fetch around Wasteland and then get Loam on the stack and do this thing. This might be one that gets run over. It might be one that lines up gorgeously. Uh-oh. I think I am going to ugly end-step Brainstorm, because if I fetch a land that opens me up to, like, if I wait till my turn, miss, Brainstorm, even if I hit the land, that opens me up to Wasteland before I can Loam. Yeah, I'm gonna end-step Brainstorm here. If they smell Desperation and, like, Red Blast my Brainstorm, I'm not even super upset about that. They Daze is gonna crush this hand no matter when they cast it. I'm not gonna get the Triumph. I'm gonna get Tropical Island. I have a specific plan in mind here. Brainstorm, let's go. Oh god. That Strix is good, the Engineer is good. Let's see if this works. I mean, picking up even 1 land is good here. Force of Negation is bad. Alright, they didn't do that. My Loam just resolved. Delver flipped, revealing Surgical Extraction, so they can clip my Loam if they care. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's a good way to do this. Wasteland, take me off mana, extract my Loam so I can't get back in. Oh, Narset? That's even worse. What are you doing? Take it easy on me. Just trying to hang out. Being all aggro about it. Would Force of Will in Jesus. This is a proper Delvering. Still Dredging Loam, though. Yeah, Plague Engineer. Endurance, just hit the graveyard. I could Liliana right now. I could Strix right now. I could fetch, cast Loam. No, I want a Loam next turn. Guess I want to get that Force of Will out of their hand. That is a kind of a priority. I didn't need to do this. I should have just played Strix and passed with Fluster protection. Whoops. Didn't think about it enough until I already fetched. Like, I should have left this fetch land here so they can't wasteland. Oh, I dredged, so I get to draw with Narset. I forgot about that interaction. I did that totally on purpose, by the way. You should learn from that. Yeah, if you dredge Loam, then you haven't drawn a card yet this turn, and your Strix can draw a card. That is like a real thing. I was aware of that somewhere in my brain, but it was not presently there. I would have slammed Baleful Strix without even thinking if I thought I still had a draw on the turn. Which it turns out I did. Suddenly, I'm not feeling that bad. Still don't like it, but it's not the worst. They revealed Ponder with Narset. They cast Brainstorm. Surgical, Force of Will, Ponder are cards in their hand right now. They milled over a Daze with Surveil. Whether they wasteland me or not is going to be a huge part of this game. Like, do they think that I've resolved Loam, I've hit my land drops, I'm above the wasteland at this point? Or do they still want to get scrappy? Because if they don't get scrappy, then protecting my 3-drops with Flusterstorm is just busted. But if they do want to get scrappy, I do have the Loam, and maybe that's the wrong bet going along, even though it does pinch me going short. Guess it'll depend on how fast their hand is. They think they can keep pushing at this pace. Wasteland just popped right off. I'm gonna float blue. There's an option to float white and like bluff that I have a plow, or I could float blue and actually counter a lightning bolt or something, pointing at my Baleful Strix. Okay. Yeah, they had instant speed version of that. They are just slamming, and it appears to be the right call because they have all this aggression. The Force of Will is still over there somewhere. Now I don't have white mana. Still have Narset. 3, 4, 5. The Force. I have to flush with Liliana right now. Hope this baits a Force of Will. If I can clear the Force now and then deed for 1 next turn, that's really great. But they didn't fall for it. These are all 3 power creatures, functionally. As soon as they sack a creature, the other ones will be 3 power. It'll give them Delirium. Okay. They just have Lightning Bolt in their hand, I'm dead anyway. Iteration. They milled a Brainstorm. They're going for the throat here. And we know about the Force of Will. Like, it's face up. It's not even like, I hope they don't have Force for my Pernicious Deed. The turn they wasted where they got scrappy, it was definitely the right call. Mystic Sanctuary is what they exiled, picking up the Iteration. Like, this game's going to keep going after this. Guess I need, what, like, Endurance? Is that even good? There's only 1 in my deck. Oh, they spent some energy on Liliana. Is that even helpful? I mean, I'm not dead to Lightning Bolt on board, but... okay. I'll fetch a white source. I'll get Tundra, ending the Delver, or the other one. Guess I don't want to give them... Yeah, Endurance blocks Delver the same as it messes up ERC. And then Life from the Loam, target Tundra, Flooded Strand, and Misty. I can Flusterstorm a Lightning Bolt at this point, and next turn I can Flusterstorm to protect my Deed, then also Deed for 1. Still dead to Lightning Bolt, though. Narset's still a problem, even if the rest of this goes to plan. And if they just don't spend any mana this turn. Just cast like 3 1-drops. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need from you. Exile a Dragon's Rage Channeler to Expressive Iteration right now. And then play Expressive Iteration, or play DRC, Delver, go. Murktide Regent, nope, that's not a 1-drop. Or a 2-drop, not technically. Okay, now I need Swords to Plowshares, and them to have Brainstormed away their Force of Will at some point. Not looking good. Yeah, then Narset just looming over all this takes away my outs. like brainstorm into like draw plow for turn, brainstorm into another plow, protect it all with Flusterstorm is a line, but not a good enough one. And it looks like we are 1 attack point short here. Yep, this wasteland right here from turn 3 of this game is killing me on turn 6 of this game. Okay, they had days anyway. All right. Chewed up, properly delved. Liliana was pretty sick though. That game 2 heroic moment. On to the next one. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the play for round 3, I have a hand with plenty of lands to make this thing happen. Just holding the Triome. The way this hand is set up, this might actually be a plan to cycle Triome hand. Like, I have 3 other lands. Witherbloom Command is likely to pick up a 4th other land. I don't need a 5th land, specifically. Underground Sea, Ponder. Okay. 2 weeks ago, I would have said this is Doomsday, but these days, Hidetsugu Consumes All is a real card you can play. Gonna make my land drop and pass. Preordain. Okay, definitely a combo deck. They preordained before they fetched. 1 top, 1 bottom, so when they crack their fetch land, that card they put on the bottom will be back in the pool of cards they can draw. Speaking of the pool of cards you can draw, Swords of Plowshares not for this matchup. Probably. I guess it could be Tempo Doomsday, where Swords of Plowshares is really good. End of step Brainstorm, that's what I was about to say. End of Brainstorm. End of turn Brainstorm. Yeah, they're playing like they're a combo deck. That's why I didn't jam Uro. Okay. Thoughtseize resolves. They're probably going to take Witherbloom Command. So, Snapcaster insulating Witherbloom Command is really interesting. And cycling Triome is a redraw. They took Snappo. Okay. Dark Ritual deck, 100% confirmed instead of just 99% suspected. Oh, alright. They're a real Dark Ritual deck. I'm going to end up with a YOLO spin on Zagoth Triome to find Force of Will, and it's possible Endurance is relevant against this deck. We will find out together. Lion's Eye Diamond. Oh, they're just emptying the Warrens. There's a card left in their hand. They could be emptying to build Storm. Do I have an out to empty in the main? I know there's several in the sideboard. Nope, not a sweeper anywhere in the main. Oh, good. And they have Infernal Tutor also. For the maximum tendrils you out with a board full of goblins. I'm going to pretend I'm an Esper deck. Maybe they won't buy it. Oh no, they've seen all the colors. Never mind. I just tried to be clever before I died, and I'm still dead. I was going to try to bluff that I'm not a 4-color control deck, but they literally just Thoughtseized me and saw all the colors that I am. Okay, actual Storm. Plague Engineer, yes. Surgical Extraction, yes. Veil of Summer, yes. Endurance, yes. Pernicious Deed, yes. Null Rod, yes. Oh, this is a hardy sideboard. Flusterstorm, Force of Negation, yes, yes. Nasty. Even Mentor, there's options on that one. All right, Mentor's in the maybe pile. Am I really sideboarding 14 cards here? Okay, Baleful Strix, nah. Liliana is not bad, but probably not. Swords to Plowshares, out. Dress Down, out. Life from the Loam, not exciting here. Witherbloom Command can kill Xantid Swarm and Defense Grid kind of things. Liliana is not embarrassing. Prismatic Ending sort of doubles up on the Witherbloom effect. Carpet of Flowers is the thing that hits. The Master of Death. Sorry, buddy. Though that is a blue card. Are there non-blue cards I'd want to cut first? Am I ever going to tap out for Jace? Do I have enough creatures to win a game where I don't Jace? Bringing in another Endurance and the Plague Engineers. Could also shave a Prismatic Ending. That does give me 4 answers to a permanent problem. Do I want the Mentors? Is Mentor better than Uro? Uro pitches to Endurance, but Mentor like actually wins a game. Uro, you can spend your mana on turn 3 and still hold up Flusterstorm or Veil. Okay, I'm doing this. Sorry, Mentor. The no-lander with excellent cards. I'm gonna mulligan. Alright, this hand is less exciting, but I am definitely keeping it. Sending the Wasteland. Brainstorm can hide things from Thoughtseize if necessary. Double Brainstorm. Cool. Now I can let Thoughtseize resolve and then still have Brainstorm to change my hand after that. There is a Null Rod in my deck, which is something I would want to spend mana on my main phase for. So I will Brainstorm now. Are they brainstorming in response to my Brainstorm? Okay, deal. Pernicious Deed and Plague Engineer are the same thing. I don't need both of them. Deed can hit other things, like if they deploy any fast mana or Wishclaw Talisman or etc. Right, I'm going to put back Engineer and Land, and then play Land and pass. My hand's actually really bad right now. I guess I can Force of Will and still Brainstorm looking for a Veil or Flusterstorm. This is not that bad. I mean, the hand is bad, but Brainstorm helps. I can force Thoughtseize or let them Thoughtseize me and then they take... Yeah, this is kind of tricky because they'll know... Okay, resolves. If they take Brainstorm, I'm probably dead. If they take Force of Will, I'm still doing okay. Alright, they just snapped it off on Force of Will. I got a lot of answers I can hit off this Brainstorm. Like, if they just take Brainstorm and say, okay, I can beat Force, let's go. Your hand is locked in at what it is. That's a much scarier situation than if they leave me with Brainstorm, which can totally change my hand, even in response to them storming off. And I'm going to Brainstorm in the end step. I do have Fetch Land and regular land available to do that all right now. Tropical Island. Brainstorm. Okay, seeing the Pernicious Deed. I suspect they're not going to go off into... Our Deed pitches to Endurance, though. I can put back Plague Engineer and Land. Just play this game on 3 lands. Yeah, I think I want to fetch Triome right now and just cast Null Rod, pass the turn. Come on, Flusterstorm. Put that one in my hand. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that's really good, too. As much as I would love to hardcast Force of Negation, I think Null Rod is going to help more. I can hold up Force of Negation next turn. 2 free pieces of interaction if they can push through the Null Rod. This is where they just cast Murktide Regent and I quit. Okay. Veil of Summer is pretty good. Resolves. Let's hope that Endurance can beat what they're planning. Ball Writ. That does give them max black. I'm not going to fight over them having Threshold. I think I want to fight over them going for Past in Flames. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Vernal Tutor. Please cast Past in Flames. There we go. Alright. Endurance pitching the Pernicious Deed, like we drew it up. And they're dead. Nice. Thanks, Null Rod. I don't even know if Null Rod did anything there. But it was nice to have it in play. Sort of make them go for it. I don't think anything changes. I have all my interaction in. I have enough threats to win a game. Master of Death as a magic card I don't like, but I do like that it's blue. Otherwise, I would put in Monastery Mentor. Like if this was like Squee instead of Master of Death, I would have Mentor in, but it's not. It's a blue card, and that matters. I will keep this hand. It's insulated against getting turn 1 because of the Surgical, and then the cantrips are great. Force of Will, happy to see that. I'm going to get Tropical Island. I know that doesn't cast the Plague Engineer, but it doesn't really need to. I'm more interested in finding Veil of Summer than not doing that. Okay, I can get this Null Red down next turn. I'm going to put Uro in my hand as an easy-to-pitch blue card. So I have Force blue card and Surgical Extraction, and then Null Rod on top of the deck. A reasonable spread. Uh-oh. We're moving. Pedal, pedal. Oh no. They're just putting those into play. Alright, Null Rod. Squeeze them. They weren't good for mana either way. Now they're not good for Storm either. Unless they have like Force of Negation here on the hard cast. Cabal Ritual in response. Are they going to cast Ad Nauseam right now? Cabal Ritual in response again. Okay. They are casting Ad Nauseam right now. All right. Yeah, I'll counter that. Oh, they might have Veil of Summer in their hand. If they do, I guess I'm dead. Like, I could Surgical their graveyard to check if they have Veil in their hand. Okay. I'm just going to save Surgical for next turn. All right. Here we go. For some reason, I just pitched my cantrip instead of my Uro. Yeah, they just had it. Yeah, that was really smart, running out the Lotus Petals. That makes perfect sense. Dark Petition, ew. Cabal Ritual. Vernal Tutor. Thoughtseize. Abrupt Decay. They're at 3. Okay, so Decay can unlock their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. They have one card that I don't know about. I'm really annoyed at myself for pitching that Brainstorm after I specifically put Uro in my hand to pitch to Force of Will. That was pretty bad. If I exile the Cabal Ritual, yeah, that's actually pretty good. I know they have one in their hand. I want to do it now before we're counting Storm on their turn. The card I don't know about is Dark Ritual. Shit, that was a good one to not know about. In their deck is a Tendrils, a Grape Shot, a Past in Flames, and there's an empty in their hand. Okay, sure, here we go. They don't have red mana available right now for that empty. They can Thoughtseize me, take my Ponder, and because I pitched Brainstorm like a dingus, then my hand just is what it is. This Thoughtseize puts them to 1. They should take Ponder here, I think. Unless they're worried about a land on top of my deck, and Plague Engineer being a lethal threat. Plague Engineer also answers the empty, which is kind of their plan to win the game right now. Oh, they can Thoughtseize me, then Infernal Tutor for another Dark Ritual. Next turn, Dark Ritual, Dark Ritual, Dark Petition. Yeah, taking the Ponder was definitely right. Yep. I mapped out this game to be one thing and then just blinked for a second, and now it's going to be something different, and it's entirely my stupid fault. Yep, there's the Abrupt Decay, sure. They're at 1. Fetch lands don't work anymore. It might not need to. Would have been really nice to cast a Brainstorm or Ponder last turn. Okay, they did not Infernal Tutor. Oh, they just had a second Dark Ritual, all natural. There's the Dark Petition. This is probably going to get something red and just empty the Warrens, but they know about Plague Engineer. They could get Lion's Eye Diamond and Infernal Tutor with 4 mana floating. Tendrils isn't lethal yet. All right, it is Lion's Eye Diamond. 5, 6, 7. Oh, they have Past in Flames also. Yeah, sure. I'm dead. Okay. We'll never know if that Brainstorm Ponder would have won the game. Guess we can know. So if I pitched Uro to the Force of Will like I was supposed to, I would have drawn Teferi for turn. If they take Brainstorm with their Thoughtseize, then Brainstorm picks up these 3. So Uro's not here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards in hand. I probably put back Endurance and Plague Engineer, play my land, and I'm holding up Force of Negation. I could have also shoved Plague Engineer. What if they took Brainstorm and left me with Ponder? Then my hand would have been Plague Engineer, Teferi. Oh wait, no. The cantrip costs mana, so I would have had to leave Teferi Force of Negation in hand and put Plague Engineer on top. If I Ponder, I see these 3 cards, but I only get one of them. I put Force of Negation in hand and Underground Sea under it, and then I hold up Force for the turn. Next turn, I play Plague Engineer with Force back up, and Plague Engineer is a lethal attacker after that. Yeah, I obviously just threw this game. Busy navigating their storm pile instead of my own resources. It still would have been tough. We weren't like through that for sure. The fact that they had Like, they already had Dark Petition, and between their 1 tutor and 2 draw steps, they found another Dark Ritual, a Lion's Eye Diamond, and a Pass in Flames. That was pretty high impact. I'm not convinced we beat that. Okay, yeah, they played that well, and I didn't. On to the next one. I'm on the draw for round 4. Probably better off there. I haven't won any games on the play yet. I'm going to keep it. My opponent has the Monkey Hot Springs Avatar. I wish I had Witherbloom Command in my hand. I usually like to force an exploration. By like to, I mean hate to, but I'm going to. The Dark Bant Shell or Light Sultai, depending on which person you're asking, is really good against lands. You just have to keep them from having an exploration. You can outgrind them with Uro and Witherbloom Command and everything, unless they have exploration. Then you're SOL. But you have a lot of answers to exploration between your forces, prismatic endings, and Witherbloom Commands. You have way more answers than they have explorations. Okay, it is the mulch deck. Otawara and Wasteland just went into their hand. Don't think I want to sign up for a Wasteland world against this opponent. I'm gonna Brainstorm. Zagoth Triome. Don't want Swords to Plowshares. Don't really want Zagoth Triome. Not a lot I can do about it, though. Oh, that's not even true. All right, yeah. I was thinking I had to play Wasteland this turn just to survive, but that's not accurate. Because Wasteland doesn't help me survive anyway, because they have their own Wasteland. If they do have the Mana Bond, I'm just getting shredded. Yep, there's Wasteland. They didn't dredge their loam, though, which makes me think they have another one. Yep. Okay, well, now I have to draw the Zagoth Triome, because I'm going to use their own Yavimaya against them. They didn't dredge loam again, because they're mulching. Crop rotation in the graveyard, breeding pool into play. Pass in the turn here. All right, cool. Oh, right. I didn't want that Swords of Plowshares. I am playing loose today. I guess I fetch Tundra, because that's the one that I care the least if it gets wastelanded, and by if, I mean when. Right, Uro, let's make this happen. Now my wasteland's chilling in play, which does cast Uro because of Yavimaya. Cycling Ketria Triome in their main phase. Wild. Oh, to bog me. Yeah, that's cool. Sure. Dress Down doesn't really help me. Witherbloom Command doesn't help me here. Might just be Liliana time. I have to get Bayou with this one and Underground Sea with this one. This doesn't even make sense. Liliana doesn't do anything, and they have Loam going. What should I be doing here? I think I'm supposed to Witherbloom Command, just go upstairs and then pick up a land. Okay, green, black, pick up one of my lands, and now I can cycle Zagoth Triome, and that does put another Uro in the graveyard. So if they can't come up with another Bajuka Bog this turn. Wasteland, yep. There's that. Cycle. Not going to dredge loam on my cycle. They're spending mana. Sageoing my Wasteland, okay. I definitely have lands with card types in my deck. Okay, blue, everything's green, so just like any blue source is good. Tundra is actually just Seaside Citadel right now because of Yavimaya. If I dredge loam, I think that's worth doing. Yeah, that's actually, yeah, that's fine. If they wasted me in the upkeep, loam would not have been fine, but they didn't do that. Lucky for me, pick up Wasteland, Triome, and a fetch land. Okay, Wasteland is also green, but blue, green. Here's Uro. Trigger gets to put in Wasteland, not dredging loam. Force of Will's a really good find. The thing I've been worried about is them finding their mana bond and just unloading on me. They have Otawara in hand that can control Uro, kind of, but I am drawing cards, getting ahead on lands, getting ahead of their Wasteland. They are moving into their Field of the Dead turn, though. I am going to dredge loam this time. I go to combat, they're going to Otawara, turning my creature to its hand. Cool. Second main, Wasteland your Taiga, and fetch. From the loam, target Wasteland, Caracas, and Savannah. And then I can play Wasteland for the turn. Trying to figure out how deep I can go here. The answer is not much deeper. I'm actually about as deep as I can get right now. Wasteland. Take out the breeding pool. An Uro. Play the front half of this. I am going to dredge Loam. Put in Savannah. I have 8 cards in my hand. That's too many. Swords to Plowshares doesn't really play here anyway. Do kind of want Wasteland in my hand for next turn. Yeah, I'll just get Wasteland in my hand to start the turn with that. Discard Flooded Strand and Triome. Okay, they're dredging their Loam this turn. I've taken them off blue mana, so Otawara is not activatable. Loam targeting Triome, Tropical Island, and Teleria West. I'm not going to fight over that. I'm going to use Wasteland and looping Uro to control their land development. I can Wasteland, waste their Trop, spending mana. Yeah, cycling Triome, that's cool. Go for it. And then Light from the Loam, target Wasteland, Zagoth Triome, random card, Loam, escape Uro, green, green, blue. Here's Uro. Get to put Wasteland into play. I'm not going to dredge Loam this time. Wasteland, your Yavimaya, I think. Though they do have another one in their hand that I know about. Might have been bad. It's all good. Except when it's bad. I'm going to discard these plows. That's not what this matchup's for. And a bond. No. That's what I've been worried about the whole match. Alright. Sandbagged a Caracas on me. No worries. They should probably be pretty close to considering like a multi-turn line where they wasteland their own Bajuka Bog and then bring it back. I'll dredge Loam again. Still haven't hit an Endurance. That's good. Leave those in my deck. Loam up, Wasteland. I do have to pay attention now. The thing isn't in play anymore. The Yavimaya, which has been helping me as much or more than it's helping them. Still no sign of an Endurance, which is not just for them anymore. It's also for me. Like I'm worried about their Loams. I'm also worried about my deck size. Did one get exiled earlier? Forgot the large Bajuka Bog happened. No, both Endurances are still in my deck. I can Snapcaster Mage, Brainstorm, or I can Teferi, or I can just nothing. I'm going to Teferi. So snap Brainstorm and then pick up Brainstorm with Teferi is a line I'm pretty interested in. Just going to clap Caracas right now. I'm using a lot of time navigating this, but I think that's okay. Like once I figure out how this matchup really ticks. They're targeting Otawara, Triome, and Caracas. Okay. Like I played against this deck once. I'm vaguely aware of its existence, but I don't want to throw it away, missing some little intricacy because I'm trying to play fast. Brainstorm. Cancel, cancel, cancel. Put the lands on top. So now when I dredge Loam, those lands go into the graveyard. Get them back right away. Loam targeting Wasteland, Triome, and I'm not going to target the Misty. Back with Snapcaster. I'm going to escape Uro. I'm exiling cards that are not good in the matchup. The Swords of Plowshares, Baleful Strix, that kind of thing. Just going to put Triome into play at this point. And I'm going to Ponder. I really like to get an Endurance in my hand. Okay, now I can stop worrying about having Endurance. Do not dredge Loam. Liliana is pretty bad against Loam. Like, I have Loam in my deck to go off with Liliana, and I'm playing against a Loam deck. Tough crowd. Okay, that Forest gives me a lot of action. I'm going to waste their Teleria West, because that's how they use Otawara. Let's commit them to that right now. Okay, not dredging Loam. Attacking. Second main, Teferi, white, blue, colorless. I think I want to plus Teferi for a turn, or 1, 2, 3. No, I can do all of it right now. Cast Endurance, green, 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 Endurance U, and then bounce Endurance, so I can target me. I'm not going to Dredge Loam with that. There's Uro. That's a nice one to go to discard with. Clean up, discard Uro. This Endurance represents a real clock, even through the Caracas. The Ottawara is gone, the Loams are gone. I can Force of Will something if they find the Mana Bond or whatever. And starting next turn, if I have Teferi in the plus, then I can just clip a Mana Bond, don't even have to counter it. Alright. I have a couple turns before this field turns on. I'm gonna just make sure I don't deck, and then I can use my cantrips to find my wastelands and answer the field. Attack for 5. I'd like to brainstorm first. There's some lands. Those don't help me. Another Endurance that is kind of helpful. I'm actually kind of off Uro at this point. Liliana I've been off for the whole game. These will fail to find if I use them, but I do at least get the shuffle out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are Witherbloom commands in my deck if I can attack for 8 this turn. I'm not going to fight over a Mulch. Second Field of the Dead. Lost a Mana Bond there. Maze of Ith, that one's kind of annoying. Yeah, I will take the shuffle here. Yep, nothing left. Get in there. Second Endurance. Put these cards back in my deck. Ace is a powerful card. Ace the Mind Sculptor. Brainstorm. Here's Witherbloom command and Wasteland. Alright, we're good. Wasteland. Take out Maze of Ith. And then I can attack for 7 and... Or I'm attacking for 8. And then I can deal the last point with Witherbloom command. Burn them out. That's why you put this card in your deck. Zap. Okay. Navigated carefully. I spent a lot of time doing that. Let's go a little faster next game, now that I know what I'm up against and have a better feel for how this works. And I also have Monastery Mentor, and Pernicious Deed, and Plague Engineers, and Surgical Extractions, and Force of Negation. Swords to Plowshares, get out. Dress Down, get out. Baleful Strix, not exciting. Is anything worse than that? Liliana, just heinous in this matchup. And she gets better if I'm bringing in my stuff that controls Loam. Like, that is kind of the reason Liliana is bad is because Loam is good. Endurance needs to be in here too. Fairy's not super important to this matchup. Prismatic Ending answers Mana Bond or Exploration, kinda. This is what I'm gonna do. Let's run it. This is a great time to have Mentor in your deck. I brought in the Plague Engineers because if you get both of them in play, which, like, we saw that game, I saw my whole deck. If you get both of them in play, it neutralizes Field of the Dead. Just give all zombies -2/-2. I have Force of Will, which is rule number 1 for this matchup. Just, they can't have a Mana Bond. Shit. That's not Mana Bond, but it is a problem. Drew Brainstorm. That's good. I have Uro. That's good. Let's see if they baited me. Mulch. Mulch sends Exploration to the graveyard. They have Wasteland, Stage, Triome. So 2 Wastelands already. That's bad. I'm not going to play this Strix into Wasteland. Wasteland, you have no permanence. Another Mulch. Oh, 4 for 4. A third Wasteland. Maze of Ith, 2 Field of the Deads. Sweet, merciful deities. You get Tropical Island? Or no, I want Tundra because then Triome can do all the other colors. Loam, that's a good one. Snapcaster Mage not helpful here. And Baleful Strix also P-bad. You get the Triome. They have to go to clean up. Oh, they have 10 cards in their hand. They have to clean up hard. They discarded the 2 Wastelands. Wow. Those were the cards I was most worried about, so I'm happy to see them have a different understanding of the matchup than me. At least temporarily, until I learn that their understanding is correct and mine is bad. Burrow, put Wasteland into play. Do I want to just keep them off blue? I don't think so. If they've been sandbagging a Mana Bond, they get to chuck it at me right now. I know 5 of the 8 cards in their hand are lands. Winding Way. Not going to trick me with that. Life from the Loam just hit the graveyard. Breeding Pool, Blast Zone, Maze of Ith in hand. Okay, I know 8 of their 10 cards in hand are lands. Just moved into combat for some reason. Maybe they're trying to trick me into wastelanding them. Oh, they did have the mana bond. Yeah, we're just dead. Okay. Very, very dead. If you haven't seen how this works before, here come all of these lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different names. So there is 7 or more lands with different names. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they do have 8, and they can activate. I guess that concession might have been a little premature. I did board in Pernicious Deed. I was just like, yeah, I can't beat this. Nope, Pernicious Deed's in the deck. Okay, we weren't hitting Pernicious Deed. Don't have to live with that one. Okay, don't think anything changes here. We did see Red Elemental Blast, but I still don't think that changes anything. Got to beat them on board and out of the graveyard like a lands deck. They're kind of a show and tell deck and kind of a lands deck. It's a scary combination, but I'm not changing my deck at all. This one has the Mentor. Is Mentor even good? This hand actually sucks. It can answer a mana bond. Maybe I'm living in fear with this, but I'm doing it. Okay, there's Endurance. Gonna need another land here. If I can drop Mentor into play and then have Force of Negation up, I'll feel a lot better about things. Land? Yeah. Okay. Tropical Island, and I don't think they're going to waste the Caracas out of all these options. So I'm going to get Tropical Island and Underground Sea. Or no, I'm just getting Tropical Islands, right? Yeah, I'm just piling up Tropical Islands. I just want green sources, and then I'll play Mentor. And you can't really wasteland me when I have Mentor in play. And you don't have anything. Blooded Strand can't get Bayou. That's why I didn't get Bayou there and just got 2 Trops. Wow, they're just passing the turn. Oh, nope. They just enjoy operating in second main for some reason. Mana bond. Of course, pitching the Master of Death. Okay. That might have been bait, or I don't know. Oh, they just have 2 wastelands. Gotcha. Okay. So it was not bait. There was actually a plan there, but we are about to get scrappy together. I can Endurance if they have Loam. If they have a follow-up Mana Bond and a handful of Field of the Deads, I'm SOL. If they Loam here, I'm going to pitch this Endurance so fast. I think taking out the Wastelands is more important than taking out the Loam itself. Like, those are the lands I'm worried about. And they didn't have a follow-up land drop. Okay, cool. Prismatic Ending, targeting Monastery Mentor. I'm just pushing damage here. This is just a race. And I might not have that land in play to cast that spell anytime in the future. They didn't Dredge Loam. They played Maze of Ith. Blue land? Blue land? Yeah. Okay. Attacking with these. I think I'm going to save the Brainstorm for their end step. Does that make any sense? I don't know what I need yet. If I Brainstorm and just hit any land and then snap Brainstorm, that is a bunch of... I haven't done Mentor math in a long time. Like whether it's better to push now or go big later. There are no green and blue lands left in the deck, except Zagoth Triumph, which I can't get here. I'm just going to Brainstorm in the end step. Even if they counter the Brainstorm with Reb, that's not really what this Brainstorm is about. You know, I would prefer to resolve Brainstorm, but obviously making Mentor tokens pretty good too. I am going to snap Brainstorm just right now. Storm. Okay, this is good for 6 damage. They're at 3. Multiple spells for next turn. Okay, let's hope they don't have a Tabernacle. If I Brainstormed on my turn last turn, yeah, they would be dead. They would have taken 4 extra damage. Or no, they would have taken 2 extra damage last turn. It would be at 1 instead of 3. A Tabernacle, if they have that. I should have kept Brainstorm in my hand. I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, I can pay for 2 monks. Yeah, Tabernacle actually does beat me. Mulch. Second Maze of Ith, Ottawara, Breeding Pool, Dark Depths. Maze of Ith doesn't do what it needs to here. I guess this deck can't really play Tabernacle because its plan is to put 1,000 2/2 creatures into play. We did it! Oh my god, Monastery Mentor! Light Bug showing up strong, finally. On the draw for the final round, which has gone better historically. I'm gonna keep. Lands and cantrips, let's go. A Windswept Heath. Are we elves? Are we lands? We are Elvish Reclaimers. This could be Green-White Depths. Could be 12 Post. There's my Force of Will, red on time. Yavimaya, okay. That helps my deck. Alright, I was just talking about Force of Willing this, and I think I'm gonna take them up on the offer this time. I'm gonna chuck Snapcaster Mage. There's a chance they are a, oh god damn it, Saga deck of some variety, or like the combat trick mode of Dress Down could come in handy if they're a Knight of the Reliquary deck, which seems likely. Or I can just shuffle away this Dress Down and never see it again. That sounds good too. Come on, white removal. Nope, none of the above. Burrow's not bad. Okay, Dress Down and I think Endurance has to take a walk here. So is Endurance or Uro better here, actually? Endurance might be better. I'm actually going to send the Witherbloom command and Dress Down, and then I'm going to fetch Underground Sea and cast Ponder. There's Swords to Plowshares, where I don't have white mana. I guess that needed to be Tundra. They get the Strix still. I'm going to shuffle this. I actually just want more lands. There's a land, technically. Deck's full of jokes today. Okay, let's see how brutally they can go off with these Reclaimers. Are they just going to start tutoring up Wastelands? If they rotate away their own Yavimaya, that's actually going to dumpster me because I kind of am counting on it for Endurance. Okay, this is the Naya Depths deck, it seems. I've seen this deck out in the wild before. And that actually makes me want to Burrow, putting the Wasteland in. Let me just pull ahead a little bit here. They can rotate for Bojuka Bog, but I'm not super worried about it, honestly. They can mop up the first Burrow, and then we can have a conversation about the next one. Putting in Wasteland's pretty nice, because now if they rotate, I have options. They rotated away Yavimaya, so they did correctly identify that I care about that. They got a Wasteland. Are we playing a Wasteland game? If we both Wasteland each other, one of us is wrong. I'm getting after it, though. While they can't crop rotate, while they can't activate Reclaimer, that Wasteland did make the Reclaimers large. Dried Arbor is pretty good. It's not a white source, though. They can't waste me and activate Reclaimers this turn. Here they come. The Master of Death. What will you do about that? I'm going to play Triome, and I'm going to plow right away. This is a matchup where I can just cast Master and block Reclaimer. If they found Karakas, that's pretty good against Uro. So I'm sure they can rotate for Bojuka Bog at will. By rotating away Yavimaya and also Wastelanding Tropical Island out of the options they had, they are trying to keep me off Endurance. Knight of the Reliquary. Okay. I think this is going to be a brainstorm on my turn to see as many cards as possible. I'd really like to... Okay. Or I could just ending. Blue, white, black. The brainstorm looking for a land there would have been the heroic home run swing, which I'm usually prone to taking, but actually dead on board. I'm not going to take that risk there. They have one card left in their hand. Looks like it's time for Bojuka Bog. So with Karakas, do they even need that? So we'll see what they're thinking right now. It is Bojuka Bog. Surprise. Good thing my Master of Death is safely in my hand. Zombie Wizard. Oh, Witherbloom. Okay. I can brainstorm with Tundra. Witherbloom kills Dryad Arbor and can mill me to clear the brainstorm cards. That's cool. Brainstorm. Did not find the land I was looking for, but I can put Master and Teferi. So Teferi is reasonable. I like the Force of Will. Ugh. Ugh. Hate when my deck doesn't give me lands. But also just shuffle a Ponder and hope it works. Okay, I'm gonna put Master and Teferi on top of the deck. And I'm gonna kill and mill myself, kill Dried Arbor. Hope that my third card down is a land. Twas not. They have one card in their hand. I have one Force of Will in mine. The Master. I'm at 6. I'm at 5. Definitely gonna regrow my homie here. I could just play Master, but I think that my deck has enough removal and lands that I should probably cast the spell. They can crop rotate into Sajiri Step, so I just want to give that a little bit of respect. Which, if I let them pass the turn, then they can just tap their Reclaimer into Sajiri Step, so I guess I have to play. Oh, now. I have the Force for a crop rotation. I'm not super worried about that. Alright, cool. Now we're on a stable board at 5 life with Force in hand. Strix. Loaded up on Forces. Have double Force, double blue card at this point. Wasteland should take out my Zagoth Triome immediately. Oh. I'm gonna float black. Pretend I have a Fatal Push. They have done a good job beating me up on green mana. Yeah, I'm not gonna Force of Will a Prismatic Ending on a card that already drew a card. 3 of their Wastelands are used? Or is it more? Is it all of them? Is it really only 2? What game was I playing? Okay, Ponder's good. Find me some green mana. Oh, you fucker. There's the Loam, but no green to cast it. Gotta shuffle this. That's a green card. That's the opposite of green mana. There's the fucking Loam. Alright. That is the best card as soon as it's done being the worst card. I'm gonna discard Master of Death. I'll be right back. If I want it. I'm actually gonna decline Master of Death. Hey. Good thing we declined Master of Death. There is Tropical Island and Bayou left in the deck. We get 2 lands up here. To discard something. It's gonna be one of these Forces. I imagine their hand is just mono Swords to Plowshares. I'm trying to picture what would still be in their hand right now. I'm not gonna Dredge Loam. I'm good for a minute here. And it's Master time. I should fetch before I do that. Get Bayou, just make sure my green is set up. Alright, Master. Surveil 2. Get in there. Put Neuro in the graveyard, please. These cards are actually both fine. I can fetch the Savannah if I want, and Strix is cool. Alright, I'm gonna leave them all there. Your own endurance, cool. Go for it. They're enduring me. Getting rid of my Loam, fair enough. Fury Step. I'll plow in response. Okay, you're at 28. My Master of Death is ready to deal death to you. Baleful Strix draws Savannah, so I can go... I should attack first. No free information. In for 3, begin the work. And then black, blue, cast Strix. I draw Savannah, play Savannah, which plays Endurance. There we go. Digging slowly out of here. Hope they don't play Witherbloom Command off of their Bajuka Bog. Green, green, green. I'm gonna Endurance them. They do use their graveyard as a resource, kind of. Oh, and they want to save some time. They just conceded. They're at 25. They got time here, but they're probably right to scoop it up. Save some clock. Okay, green-white depths. Green-white-red depths. Pernicious Deed is a banger. Endurance is good. I don't believe that Urza Saga is in these lists right now. Like, sometimes green-white is a Saga deck, and sometimes it's not. I'm not going to bring in Seeds until they show me Saga. They're not Loam decks either, so I don't want something like Surgical. Force of Will, a little clunky. I want some of them. Dress Down is a lot worse if they don't have Saga. I do like Deed. For 6 mana, that'll just, like, nuke the whole Earth. This seems like a reasonable sideboard plan right now. In Dress Down, can take stats off of Merit Lage, make it blockable and killable, but my plan is for them to not have Merit Lage. Yeah, I'm going to do this. Liliana should be a heater in this matchup. Speak of the devil, there she is. I'm going to keep this hand. I like Prismatic Ending to fight over an early elf. I need to be careful of choke. Zenith plays around my Prismatic Ending beautifully. I will start making land drops that they can't mess with. If they do just jam turn 2 choke, I can turn 3 Prismatic Ending it, and it's dealt with. I have all of the 3 mana payoffs in my deck ready to go, but okay, they have Endurance. That's what's happening over there. It's leaving up 3 mana, or it's like multiple crop rotations, or like crop rotation with Veil of Summer. There's something going on over there. There's Endurance. I'm gonna plow. Oh shit, this doesn't line up the way I want it to. Yeah, there's no scrub land in the deck to plow now and then untap and gem Liliana. That's not a thing. I'm gonna plow Dryad Arbor though. I'm more worried about their resources than my life total right now. The Endurance themselves. And Wasteland's pretty tough here. Choke is annoying, but manageable. They have like Wavesland and crop rotation for Wasteland, then I'm dead. I have Ending for that. Alright. I'm just getting Triome. I could get Bayou to play around Choke better, but that's not really where I am. I'm gonna go Endurance Ending, or not Endurance, Uro Ending. If they have Choke, I'm choked. If they don't, this is the best play, and playing around this 2 of in their 75 that they showed me they don't have a land drop last turn, which I feel really smart for going after Dryad Arbor. Please don't come up with a land drop right now. Shit! Alright. They found a land. Maybe they don't have the choke. That would be great. I am almost as exposed as I can be to choke right now. Zenith for 1. Yes, 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 yes. Woo! That was the time to slam choke if you had it. Choke was not slammed. I don't think they have it. And look who else showed up. Monastery Mentor with a exciting 1-drop to cast. There we go. Is Mentor going to be the win condition in both of the matches we win this league? I hope so. I'm rooting for you, buddy. I don't think there's a universe where they had choke last turn and didn't cast it. So if they cast choke now, they drew it. Because I was just pants all the way down on that one. Sylvan Safekeeper. Alright, that's also a little late to the party. I've used 3 spot removal spells already this game. Ooh, that is a good non-creature spell. I'm just going straight on this. I know Uro's in my graveyard. Not worried about it. Just trying to go wonky with tokens here. It's really hard to delver your way through with an Endurance when your opponent has Mentor active. Brainstorm with Jace, looking for a blue land to cast Ponder. Nope, no love. Still no second black source for Liliana. That's some shit. Witherbloom Command is not bad. Right, I'll put Uro second down, Snapcaster above it. So my Witherbloom Command will mill the Uro next turn. Caracas is a nice insulation against Merit Lage as well. And the Safekeeper can beat up on it, but okay. They're activating Safekeeper to get a Flagstone's trigger in the end step. Just looking for red mana. I guess that makes sense if they have Red Blast and want to clear the Jace. Or they're drawing to the Red Blast. Just want to make sure they have red mana available. Because Flagstones puts the plains in tapped. Like, they kind of have to invest in that now if they want to play to that out. Ending my Mentor. Okay. It contributed enough to society. Gonna keep this Jace alive for several turns. Yep, easy chump block with Monk. And I'm going to Witherbloom Command. Gonna mill myself. Target Sylvan Safekeeper. If they want to save their Safekeeper, it's going to cost them a land, and they don't really have like a ton of them laying around. Command does have 2 targets, both the creature and the player. So even if they fizzle half of it, I still get the other one. Okay, they protected their friend. I get a land back. Misty Rainforest can fetch Bayou, and Bayou Savannah Caracas cast Prismatic Ending under choke. So we're all set there. Flooded Strand can roll out. Snapcaster Mage busted. All right, Snapcaster is really delivering right now. I need to get a black source here. The Bayou, right? Obviously, we just had that conversation. And Liliana should just dominate this game next turn. Red Blast my Jace. Yep. Got nothing to say about that. Okay, so I kill Endurance either way here. I can Snap Plow. And if they lose a land to protect Endurance, I can just double block. And I don't think they're in a position to lose many more lands here. Yeah, that's just gone. And then Liliana will eat Safekeeper, and they're going to die pretty quick. So follow-up question, do I even care about Safekeeper? Do I just want to start plussing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could Uro and then Liliana. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Or I could Liliana then Uro. That's also good. No, I want to Uro first. I have to get Underground Sea with this. So blue, blue, green, green, and then black, black, colorless. Yes, the gang's all there. Blue, green, green, blue. Not exactly what I said the first time, but it works. Here's Uro. Oh, they're just conceding. We don't even get to Liliana them. This Uro that's just been chilling in the graveyard since turn 3 arrives on turn 7, and they're just like, nope, no plan. Okay, we take them. Let's review this deck. The twist on Dark Bant that lands us in light Sultai territory. Liliana had some heroic moments. She also had some embarrassing moments. It is a powerful Magic card. There's no denying that. It just depends on what card advantage in the format looks like. Like, Liliana sucks against Loam, but it's really good against Ponder. It depends on what threats in the format look like. Like, when it ate that True Name Nemesis, I felt like it was 2018. It was just a beautiful throwback to a simpler time. When it came down against the board of Dragon's Rage Channeler, Delver, I was like, oh, well, nice 3-mana Fatal Push in the deck. So little push and pull there, but that's okay. Healthily designed Magic cards aren't always good all the time. Not every card can be Swords to Plowshares. But Liliana was kind of cool. Master of Death had some moments. We did do the hit myself with Witherbloom command, pick up a land and pick up a creature thing. That happened in the first match of the league. I didn't even notice I milled over the Master of Death until they triggered in the upkeep. That was awesome. And then there was a time later where I was able to Brainstorm Master of Death on top and then Witherbloom command to get an extra card off of it. So that was kind of cool. I'm not sure it's a good enough Magic card. Like, the 3-1 mode did come up once. Wasn't very good. Just straight up lost in combat to Endurance. Though the opponent did have to interact with it eventually. The ceiling on this card is clear. It's you go off with Liliana of the Veil. The floor of the card is 3-mana 3/1 Surveil 2. And I think that floor is a little too low for a legacy card. But we had cool moments with it. I will not deny that at all. Monastery Mentor came up a number of times. This card is a complete banger. No surprise there. Needs no introduction. We were able to trigger it a little bit, but there was never a point, I guess, against the round 4 opponent where I had Mentor in play and lined up Ponder Brainstorm before they were able to remove it. And then Ponder Brainstorm let the monks be big enough to win. So we did have a real Mentor turn. Snapcaster Mage was never terrible. Occasionally good. I do just get really worried about casting this card, even in situations where it's just like theoretically great. Endurance is a 0-mana play that's all over the format. You're an Uro deck, so people might bring in their surgical extractions anyway. Like, just running a thing into collateral hate feels bad to me. We didn't get punished this league, but I'm worried about Snapcaster Mage as a Magic card in Legacy. And the 21 mana sources, including 2 colorless sources, did pinch us more than once. There were some tough mulligans, some tough keeps, some tough brainstorms, just constantly scraping for lands. I think if you want to play 21 lands, you need to play a second Loam. You just always have to hit your 3rd, 4th, and 5th land drops in this deck. It's not negotiable. And 21 lands, 1 Loam isn't enough to do that reliably. The Witherbloom commands help. But Witherbloom command, there's 3 lands in the deck that don't cast Witherbloom command out of your 21 lands. So of your 18 lands, that cast this card. You need to have 2 of them on time. I'm a little worried about that. But the Bant Shell marches on. This is one of the most flexible takes of the Uro 4-color shell that I've seen, really going to town on those flex slots. And that is cool. That's valuable for testing and knowing things. Liliana the Veil was pretty dope. I don't think I'd play 2. I think Narset is better. If I was going to play any, I'd probably play 1. But it is a powerful effect. People are not going to be ready for it. I don't think a single opponent this card resolved against, and they were just like, yeah, whatever. I lied. I just mentioned how the Delver player steamrolled it. But that was after it ate True Name Nemesis in game 2. Give and take. Okay, Hunter. Thank you for your light bug take on Dark Bant. We're all in the same boat together at this point. Everyone else, thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon, check out the merch. All that stuff is there, and I'll see you next time.